What's up, everyone? I'm Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics, and welcome to another one of our videos. And today we're taking a look at everyone's favorite ETF, SPY, the S&P 500. So, as you can see today, we're looking at the 1-minute chart on SPY, and you can see we ended on a massive rally, right? Rally in the power hour time frame from 3 to 4 p.m. And you're probably wondering, wow, SPY wants to go green. It went green, bounced from its pre-market and intraday market lows, and now we're going to rock it up, and our bull trend is now back on. It's a bull market again, right? I would look at you and say, no. This is why we got to stress the importance of we're looking at a chart. We ought to look at longer time frames to get an overall view for what's going on with the ticker, right? So yes, today the market was just pumping near the end of the day. Tech had bounced back. We had seen a lot of major players like Nvidia and Apple kind of reverse their overall trends they've been on for the last few days. But I would hearken you to think that we are still in a downtrend, a very clear one at that. So first thing I'm gonna do is I want to take a zoom out and look at SPY on the 15-minute chart, right? And as you can see, we are in a very strong downtrend, right? We had a gap down from our previous support level of 435 all the way down to 430. A gap down to our support level 435, and we just ran a steady downtrend since we hit that level. And then taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that we are still in a very obvious downtrend from where we were trending at earlier in the month of September, right? So we're actually trending toward our next key area of support, which even though we got our bounce here on the 15-minute and the 5-minute chart on the intraday periods, on the daily, we bounce off a historical support zone around 428, right? Now, my expectation that we're actually going to lose 428 in the coming days, and we'll retest our next super key area of support, which is around the 426 range. But should we lose for the 428 level and we get down to 426, I do believe that low 420 is very likely. And should that downtrend continue, we break past our current final area of support here at 424, then we will likely see the high 14s in the coming weeks before we get a bounce back to start Q4 and get our early Santa Claus rally in mid-October. So again, I'm a firm believer that even though we had a bit of an uptrend today, that this likely will just be a retracement from our pre-market lows. We're going to see a little bit further, a little bit more of a continuation of our downtrend there, right? So let's zoom out again and take a look at the weekly chart to see what I'm talking about in terms of our key support areas, right? So looking at the weekly chart, historical support area here at 424, we're going to drop. We would lose that, and we'd retest the mid 14s. Again, on the weekly, just looking at where the overall EMA structure and the Bollinger Band placement is, and comparing that to our RSI levels, where we can tell that we're actually nearing overbought area on the weekly chart, but we're actually trending significantly lower on the daily chart, right? So taking a look at the daily, you can see that here we actually got a little bit of an RSI bounce, which is explains what's going on today. But I do think, as I mentioned, that we're going to see some more downside and continuation of our overall downtrend until we get our tighter consolidation around the low 420s, and we'll get a bounce back from that area, likely around the height between 419 and 421 is where we're going to see our likely major bounce to enter our Santa Claus rally heading into Q4. So I think for the remainder of September as well as the early part of October, I'll be shorting the rip and just kind of playing for more downside. Now, does not mean that during the intraday single minute by minute, 3-minute, 5-minute chart periods that we won't see some sort of upside, because I mean that's how the stock market works, right? We're going to see a lot of movement and a lot of volatility during inter-period trading times. But as a whole, I do think that our downtrend will continue and that those intraday pops will be followed by some significant pullback in the coming days as well. So this is something I'm keeping an eye on. I do think that this bearish pattern, this bearish wedge that we're in, is going to continue, and there's nothing, unless a huge surge of volume, which is what I'm going to highlight really quickly in a moment. If that comes in, that can definitely break this thesis. But based off the trend that we're seeing now, even with our current green days, look, the significant volume decreased trends that we had in terms of red days versus green. Look at the volume patterns here. Green days are followed by massive red days, right? Green days are followed by massive red days. So I don't see any reason why this trend will not likely continue. And I do think that even though we got our pop to get over 432 before the end of the day today, I think that we're going to retrace back down to 430, lose that, and we're going down to about 428. And I think by the end of the week, we'll see around 427, 426 range on SPY before Friday. And that's something we'll continue to monitor going forward. But that's just some quick analysis on SPY, give you an idea of where we're going, where I believe that we're headed, based off of some of the technical patterns that I'm analyzing and how the key support and resistance areas on the ticker are interacting with the overall volume trend and movement that we've seen throughout the day. I mean, it's Monday. A lot of things can happen. It was a reaction to a significant pullback that we had on Friday and Thursday, that continuation. And there was likely going to be some sort of bounce as well, just because of the fact that, you know, the market never goes down or up in a straight line, right? So overall, I'm short-term bearish, long-term bullish on the market, and I think we'll get our bounce around the mid to low 420s before we continue our Santa Claus rally into Q4. But with that, I've been Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics. Thanks for watching.